thing that I love the most is that since COVID, and that's like 6 years ago, people were constantly saying that the elites, they want to pass digital ID. Like, they want a form of constraining compliance by completely removing internet anonymity, by making sure that if you're being naughty on Twitter, you can lose your job or you can lose your health insurance. And apparently, the Prime Minister of Britain decided to prove everyone wrong, and just how crazy it is to be a conspiracy theorist, by pushing for government digital ID. Now, the interesting thing is the way he tried to push it. He tried to push it by appealing to the right-wingers. The reason wasn't, for any progressive thing. It was to make sure that the illegal migrants in the United Kingdom, they can't find a place to work. Which is very interesting because this would actually force every single British citizen that wants to work to get a digital ID. But secondly, my understanding is that this is mostly an American problem, right? Like when you have illegal workers, basically. Britain has a different problem with migration. Like the first one is the legal migration. And the second one is like people trying to flee the hellscape that is France. And they go through the channels on little boats. And those people, they get labeled as asylum seekers. They are placed into hotels and eventually they get papers, right? So like they theoretically could get digital IDs. And so this is not like a fix for a British problem. Because if you look at the right-wingers in Britain, like they're complaining about migration, period, right? They're not complaining about illegal migration. They're complaining about, like the asylum seeker program and all of the others. And so most people clock this as not being something to limit migration, but like the same conspiracy theory that existed in 2020, like this is about government control. And especially they mixed it with the other thing that Keir Starmer passed, which is to force social media companies to get British people to dox themselves before they go online. And it's like, well, why don't you dox yourself with a digital ID then? Which is like the same thing that you use for your bank account, the same thing that you use for your workplace, the same thing that you use for your NHS. And so, like, if you post something nasty on Twitter, like, what would stop the government from banning you from YouTube, Google, Twitch, and all the other social media platforms, or in more extreme cases, just deplatform you from your bank account? Now, they can already do this, by the way. It's not like Keir Starmer would be ashamed of doing something like this. But it would be a lot more easier, a lot more streamlined, right? Like, it actually costs money for the government to try to track down every single individual to see who Skullfuck47 is behind his account. While with a digital ID, it would be just like one click away, boom, you found him, you move to the next guy. But the interesting thing is that this shows how when people work together, governments do back down. And my experience is that it's very rare, but it does happen. It's when the left and the right works together that things happen. And so, for instance, when the left and the right goes like, yes, pornography evil, we need to abolish internet anonymity, that happens. And when the left and the right goes like, you know what, government ID, kind of retarded, a little bit too authoritarian for our tastes, it doesn't happen. Now, there's a little bit more reasons for this not happening, by the way, and that would have been a conflict of interest that was discovered. Like, apparently, the person in charge for making these digital IDs was connected to the government, and so even in Western Europe, people are starting to learn that the concept of conflict of interest does exist, and so they're a little bit more careful for these levels of grift. But as you can see, labor ministers say existing checks using documents such as biometric passports will move fully online by 2029. Conservative leader Kemi Bendock said Sir Keir Starmer was clueless and showing no sense of direction whatsoever. No, I think like he was showing perfect sense of direction. Like, if you listen to what people were saying, especially at the World Economic Forum and in other elite circles, like, they're trying to push this for more than a decade now. And he tried to ram it in. Apparently, it didn't work, but he does have a sense of direction. Business secretary said it showed the need for labor ministers to better justify the region between the new measures. I don't like the framing. Like, there is absolutely no fucking reason to treat every single member of society as a criminal. This is why I don't like the whole digital ID. This is why I don't like the whole internet verification, like the robust age verification shit, where like every single person is considered to be a problem. So it's not the justification, it's the act in itself. Like, I don't want to live in China and have to show my ID every time I log on the internet. It's insane. What I am concerned about is if we get better at explaining our policies. Yeah, see, like, this is the problem. They're not basically admitting that what they're doing is fascistic or that is the Chinification of the United Kingdom, that even in places like Russia, they don't do this. They're not willing to say, okay, no, it was bad. What they're saying is like, okay, if we try it again, but like frame it in a different way, if we sell it to the public in some other way, we can still get it through. The reversal is in the latest series of a U-turn in recent weeks, including the inheritance tax. Oh, they're reversing the inheritance tax. Wow, like that's big. The thing with the inheritance tax, like they already had like some farmers literally committing suicide to make sure that the farm actually goes to their children before the law passes. It was fucking insane. But she said that the change of approach showed that Kier was blowing around like a plastic bag in the wind, predicting that Labour next U-turn would be on its controversial plans to scale back jury trials. Right, so again, everyone that says, oh yeah, like political pressure doesn't work, signing petitions doesn't work, democracy doesn't work, it's like, look, if enough people, like, legitimately, if enough people get pissed off, it does fucking work. It doesn't work when people say, oh, there's no need to get involved, just leave it the way it is. There are many examples like this, right? Where people literally got fed up and things got pushed back. The Prime Minister hit back by pointing to policy reversal and ministerial churn under the previous government, accusing the Conservatives of having crushed the economy. This is a flat-out lie, by the way. I really love the Truss interview that she gave to the Lotus Eaters. Like, you can see what happened there. I'm determined to make it harder for people to work illegally in this country. Yeah, okay, let's think about it logically, right? People cannot work unless they have a digital ID. Do you think, like, the criminal element, which is quite fucking high in the United Kingdom, do you think, like, they will ask for a digital ID? Like, do you think that an enclave, like, let's say you have people of Islamic descent, you know, forming an enclave, do you think they will give a shit if they hire someone without digital ID? It's called hiring on black. We do this in Eastern Europe all the fucking time. Like, anyway, but yeah, like, the problem with the UK is that most of the people that go there, like, it's not like they have an influx of people that work without IDs, right? No, like, the main reason that British people are complaining is because of the strain on the welfare system and the strain on the NHS, which is actually done by people with IDs. Like, they actually go into the United Kingdom, they throw away their passports into the water, they throw away all documents, they have smartphones and shit. Like, there are entire NGOs that have been operating for more than a decade now, to the point where I'm willing to bet if you were to stop the migration in Britain, like, you'd probably cripple a $1 billion economy that's literally built around, like, getting people into the UK. And those people, like, they get government papers, right? Like, they're going to get digital IDs. They don't work illegally if they happen to work at all. Ridiculous claim. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.